Yo, welcome back to some more battles. We are in the open greatly again. Today we're going to be trying the Jellicent paired with the Furret in the Tinkaton in the back. So pretty decent lead here. Our opponent tries to catch the move, but we're just going to fire off this Shadow Ball anyways. They end up shielding it, and now we have our Furret onto their Jellicent. Jellicent is going to be able to throw a bunch of charge moves, so we have to invest a shield here, and because of that we are going to be able to reach another Trailblaze. We're going to be able to reach a Trailblaze, and they decide to swap out of there and use their Ninetales. Ninetales is going to have to think about shielding here or getting the KO. Our opponent does elect to throw a move, ends up being the overheat, so now this allows us to overfarm. We fire off this Surf and it does KO, and now all we have to do is just reach another move. This Shadow Ball will do a significant damage, and now we force them to throw some energy. This Shadow Punch not enough to take us out, forcing them to throw more energy here. Gets us into the yellow, but our opponent here tries to catch the move, but we just go for the farm down, and now we have energy to throw. Player out for the KO. So GG's to our opponents. They had the Fury Cutter Jellicent, so it was very important to throw that Shadow Ball initially. Ooh, Fury Cutter Samurott into our Jelly. We resist all the moves. However, our opponent does tank the move and swap into their Fortress. Fortress did not appreciate that Surf, and now they're going to be in range of one of our moves. We are going to be able to tank that Earthquake, thankfully. And it looks like our opponent does have to think about shielding here or letting this go. Two Bulldoze finally takes out the Fortress. Our opponent comes in with their Corviknight. Corviknight is going to be able to get the farm down, but we part ways with the Bulldoze. Now we just got to go into this Furret, and we know we can tank one, but do we need this Furret? So we decided just tank the move, fire off the Trailblaze. Our opponent ends up having to think about using the shield, and then our opponent swaps into their Samurott with a lot of energy. We know that this is going to be another Hydro, and at this point you got to try to overfarm because we need energy for that Corviknight. Here comes another Hydro. We overfarm to maximum. We fire off this Surf, and unfortunately for us, they actually had enough energy to throw another Hydro. So GG's to our opponent. Looks like the Jellicent needed to throw that Shadow Ball and not go for the bait initially. Okay, interesting lead here as we're not taking a lot of fast move damage. However, the charge moves will be something to consider, but we do catch the move, and our opponent does try to catch the move as well, but we are aware of that and we go for the Trailblaze. Decent amount of damage for that Trailblaze, plus the Sucker Punches gets the Blastoise into the low red, and now this is an opportunity to potentially farm down with our Jelly. Our opponent does get farmed down, and now we have a ton of energy to throw back at this Abomasnow. Now the Abomasnow did throw a move, so their energy drying. We catch something here. Okay, Weather Ball is caught, so looks like our opponent is forced to swap out of there into their Gligar. Gligar is running the Fury Cutter fast move, so it is not really dealing any fast move pressure. Our opponent does go for the Arrow Ace, so nice job by our opponent. We go for the player up, get that last shield, and then we're going to combo play into the Jelly. Surf is enough to take out that Gligar, and now we force this Abomasnow to throw energy ball, but they actually go for the weather ball. 2 weather balls is thrown, so that's a lot of energy used, and down goes their team. So GG's to our opponent. Looks like the Tinkaton is coming in clutch in certain situations. Kind of surprised considering a lot of grounds were showing up. Okay, not a great lead here, as this Shadow Sizer is going to be pretty spammy. However, we can fight back with a Surf. Huge Surf goes through. And there's the Mudslapper. Our opponent does elect to finally shield once, and now we have to try to win this game with the Furret. Furret absolutely has to win this matchup here. They go for the Breaking Swipe, and we avoid the debuff, but they get to another move. We are going to be able to survive that one. And now we're looking to fire off this Trailblaze. We do take out the first Mudslapper, but unfortunately, there's another Mudslapper in the back, and that is not looking good for us. Here goes another Breaking Swipe. There's the debuff, the worst timing. Here comes the Bulldoze, and it looks like our opponent is going to be able to reach a move here. Breaking Swipe is used. We are able to survive that. Let's see if this Bulldoze is going to be enough for the KO. Nope. Just a little bit too much debuffs on our part. So GG's to our opponent. Not a lot we could have done right there. Maybe if we had saved the shield, 2 shield Furret, but tough situation. On to the next game, we got the Jellicent into the Talon. They decided to tank the first move, and that's a huge amount of damage. And then our opponent here actually has another weakness to the Jelly with the Marowak. This Marowak is going to try to throw a move, try to catch a move right there, but our opponent does elect to be patient. Bone Clubs are going to be used here. We are going to be able to survive that last Bone Club, which allows us to get to this Trailblaze, and now all the shields are gone. You know that this Jelly here is going to be able to get to a move. We just got to throw in good timing. We shield the Bone Club so that we can get this move off. Down goes their... Okay, they're triple weak to this Jelly. We fire off another Surf. The Surf is going to get them into the low yellow. We force out a move, ends up being the Aerial Ace. And we just got to make sure we just over farm. They try to catch unnecessarily, and now we are going to have energy to throw Play Rub at this Gligar. We can survive the dig, and down goes the Gligar. So GG's to our opponents. Check out the team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.